For some people, coming out can be far easier than it is for someone else. This is especially true if you are a teenager, especially during a time when trans people are not seen in the best of lights. But despite these hurdles, there are many people who come out as trans at a young age and work tirelessly in order to help other people have an easier time coming out. It helps that they are also working to increase visibility and representation on the big screen as well. For instance, in the 2017-18 TV season, there were 13 trans men and women and 4 non-binary characters, according to a report by GLAAD. This is compared to just 2 years ago, where only 7 people fit that criterion. This increase in visibility helps to normalize trans people and transgender experiences, and reduces bullying and hate crimes around the world. Hopefully, this trend continues, and we see a lot for LGBTQ representation in media in the next few years. So let's look at some of these awesome trans women who are working hard to increase visibility for trans people on TV, music, and more. Petras. I've been asked in a meeting at a company I was debating signing with if I was transgender because it's trendy. I'm like, bitch, I've been transgender my whole life. Petras is a singer and songwriter from Germany. She is well known for the fact that she had a sex change surgery when she was just 16, making her the youngest person to ever undergo SRS. This created a lot of discussion on the issue online, but Kim cared more about her career than the political side of things. Even at such a young age, she was working as a model for a German hair salon and even started to get into music. In 2008, she released her first single, Fade Away, with a producer. 3 years later, she released her first EP known as One Piece of Tape. And in 2013, was a featured singer on the songs Flight to Paris and Heartbeat. As time went on, she released several more songs and sang with various other artists, like DJ Class, Danity Kane, and Skylar Stecker. Her most recent song was Heart to Break, which was released in 2018. Along with her great discography, she is also well known and active on social media. Her YouTube channel has 134,000 subscribers. She also has 75,000 followers on Twitter and 227,000 followers on Instagram as of the writing of this script. Along with her teen pop idol status, she is also well known for being an activist. For instance, back in 2018, the Trump administration sought to define gender in such a way that transgender people would technically no longer exist. They sought to define gender in a biological way, with few to no exceptions. As a result, many LGBT people flocked to voice their disagreements about the decision. Among those was Petras, who wrote an essay about how it was like for her growing up as a trans person and being bullied by kids and medical professionals alike. Today, I remembered feelings I didn't ever want to feel again. I remembered the suicidal kid I once was, waking up every morning afraid of growing a beard or an Adam's apple, afraid of my voice getting deeper. The 5-year-old kid I was, trying to cut off my own genitals with paper scissors, crying when my mom told me when I was old enough they would do anything in their power to help me live as a girl, and for the first time having hope for an attempt at a happy life. Her coming out story was one that was known for a long time. She has been openly trans to her parents for as long as she could remember. Even as young as 2, she wanted to become a girl. While her parents were shocked at first, they became very supportive in due time. It was not until 2006, at the age of 13, when she had her first media appearance. On Stern TV, a current affairs show, she mentioned her transition and the hormones she was receiving from her doctor. It was a whole year later when this story garnered worldwide media attention. This happened after she appeared in a documentary and on a talk show. She did this in order to fight the law stating that she had to be 18 years old in order to have SRS. However, due to her fight, she was able to get the surgery early in November of 2008. Due to this, she became front-page news for being one of, if not the youngest ever, person to undergo SRS. Her parents' support for her has been strong, and while they are both politically liberal, Petras insists that they are not activists, just awesome parents. I was 5 or 6 when I told them I'm a girl, and they were like, yeah, we figured. My mom had a couple of transgender friends, said Kim Petras. But I was still depressed and wanted to kill myself because I didn't identify with my body. My mom told me once I'm old enough, I can do something about it. While she was told that she had to dress more neutrally for school, she would be allowed to be as feminine and girly girl as she wanted when she was at home. I went through various phases when I was a teenager. I went through an emo phase, a really grungy phase, and a really girly phase. I feel like I've been through all the phases, and I'm trying to put my own style together now, she said of growing up. Health professionals were not helpful at all. The first few doctors we went to told my parents, "Your kid's crazy," Kim recounted. They would ask gross, random questions like, "Are you attracted to your mom?" It took us a year to find a psychologist who said, "It's pretty obvious you're a girl." Despite all of this, she does not like to use being trans as a crutch in her life. I hate the idea of using my identity as a tool, she says, hoping that people will care about her talents and character and not simply due to the fact that she is trans. I don't care about being the first transgender teen idol at all. While she has great looks and has been very successful, she does not seem to be dating or has dated anyone. Her main focus appears to be on her career. All she wants to do is to be, quote, writing new songs and giving my fans as many songs as possible. Nicole Mains. I hope I can help convince people there that being transgender is not a big deal and that we are just average people trying to go to school, work, and live good lives. Nicole Mains is an actress who was most well known for a court battle that she was the main part of. She was known as Susan Doe in the Doe versus Regional School District Unit 26 case, which was about whether trans people can use the bathroom of the gender they identify with. For a number of years at my public elementary school in rural Maine, I was treated like all the other girls in school, Nicole recalls. That changed in September 2007, when a male classmate set on a path by his grandfather followed me into the girls' restroom. The end result was that I had to use the school's staff bathroom. Just me, no one else. She was a vital part of this lawsuit because her school prevented her from using the female bathroom after a parent complained. However, the school ruled in her favor, stating that her being denied access to the bathroom of her gender is a violation of her rights. This opens the door for other trans people all over the country who may be rejected, shunned, or denied access to the bathroom corresponding to their identity just because of who they are. She is also known for her acting skills. In fact, she recently was cast for the 4th season of Supergirl, making her the first trans actor to play a trans superhero. Nia Nal, the superhero, has the power to see into the future. Having more transgender superheroes on the big screen can be very empowering to the transgender community, and Nicole is happy that she was able to play that part. In the same year, she graduated and enrolled in the University of Maine. However, She has always enjoyed the art of acting and would often act out movies with her brother. She claimed that her love started in middle school and only grew from there. In fact, it allowed her to pursue a full-time acting career. I remember in high school trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, said Mains in an interview. And I thought about the idea that if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I've always loved acting and watching behind-the-scenes looks at shows and films. I thought it would be incredible to be a part of that. As a result, she has also been in Royal Pains, Not Your Skin, and Bit. She also hopes to be in many more films and movies as her career flourishes, but is also focusing on her life and her activism as well. When it comes to her activism, she is not afraid to let her voice be heard. For instance, she sued the school district that prevented her from using the women's bathroom and won, helping tens of thousands of trans people all over the country to be accepted in schools. This entire issue of transgender people posing a kind of threat to cisgender women in the bathroom is made up. We are just like everybody else. We go into the bathroom, we keep our heads down, we don't look at anybody. Since this case, she has worked tirelessly to bring awareness to issues like this, as well as other issues that may be facing people in the transgender community. For instance, she was mentioned in a book by prize-winning journalist Amy Els Nutt. In her book, Becoming Nicole. She was also featured alongside 11 other trans people in an HBO documentary called The Trans List. She also fought against her state legislature, which put forward a bill that would have forced people to use the bathroom of their biological sex. While her father warned her against it, as she would be telling the world about the fact that she was trans, she decided to go forward to fight for her beliefs. The bill later failed. As a result of her activism and bravery, she has received several awards over the years. She received the Roger Baldwin Award in 2011, the Woman of the Year Award in 2014, the Spirit of Matthew Award in 2015, and the Visibility Award in 2018. She received all of these and more for her work in the field of social justice and helping to bring visibility to issues that plague the trans community. Growing up as a trans person was difficult for her, and she received a fair amount of backlash from her father at first, due to traditional values. This might have been exasperated by the fact that she had a twin brother, Jonas, and her father felt an expectation about how boys were supposed to act. My father grew up very conservative, and he really had a set expectation for what boys and girls were supposed to be like. So when I came out to him, that did not fit into his plan of what raising twin boys was going to be like. Her father later warmed up to her and became a lot more accepting of her identity as time went on. Nicole recalls her life when she was young, playing pretend with her brother Jonas and dressing up in costumes in order to play parts in popular TV shows and movies. My brother Jonas and I were always pretending to be in The Wizard of Oz or something, she recalled. I loved it because I could wear the kinds of clothes I was truly comfortable in. People would say, "Oh, she's just playing dress up," but it was much more to me. Nicole is doing great things in the community while also working tirelessly in order to ensure that the rights of trans people all over the U.S. are upheld. Amanda Lepore. I don't think about the past, especially those years. I live in the moment. Amanda Lepore is a model, singer, and performance artist who made a name for herself as a club kid. She has appeared often in advertising for companies, as well as for photo shoots. Her most notable is her being the main subject in the work of David LaChapelle. Other notable photographers she worked for were Ruben von Schlamm and Terry Richardson, along with others. It was ridiculous. It's really acting. I became really good at it. So, for David LaChapelle, I was able to model for him better because he's so demanding and direct, so I could get right into it. I think that's why I was a really good model. She is often considered to be La Chapelle's muse, or main attraction piece in his photography, which is great due to the fact that many trans people do not get this kind of opportunity. So this opens the door to a lot more potential. She also appeared in Ponytail, Tush, and Playboy, among others, as well as on 2 album covers, Lords of Acid in 1999 and The Lepore Extrusion in 2006. Along with these, she also appeared in various films, such as Party Monster, the Shockumentary, Party Monster, Another Gay Sequel, and Party Monster. Her popularity has also went into the world of music videos as well. She has appeared in music videos for Girl in a Coma, Elton John, Grace Jones, Keaton Diffie, and TIGA, among others. She was even the chief of parade in 2010 at the Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras in Sydney, Australia. A year after she announced it, she finally released her autobiographical book, Doll Parts, in 2017. This book, as well as holding a lot of information, also contained lots of pictures of Amanda. Her unique appearance has to do with her having a fair amount of surgeries in order to engage as a nightlife diva. As a result, she has made her eyes and lips bigger, got a forehead lift, butt implants, breast implants, and even went as far as having her ribs broken to give her body a more hourglass figure. Fortunately, everything was at its best when I had it done, she claims. I didn't have to do silicone injections in the boobs and things like that. They had implants by then. In those ways, I was lucky, and the sex change was really good. I didn't have to fix everything. When it comes to activism and charity, Amanda does her best. In 2007, Lepore was part of the True Colors Tour, which benefited the Human Rights Campaign, the Matthew Shepard Foundation, and PFLAG. Also, in the 2019 Saks Fifth Avenue's Pride campaign, she will be performing alongside Nico Tortorella and Dionne Warwick, among others. 40% of the proceeds will be donated to SIGB with a minimum of $100,000. One controversy she was in was when RuPaul claimed that trans women wouldn't be able to compete on RuPaul's Drag Race. Amanda responded, "Well, I respect RuPaul, and it's her show, you know? So you can do that. But I do think there should be a spin-off or something for trans girls." A lot of people did not like the rule, as it is exclusionary to a group who already has to deal with being excluded for who they are. But since RuPaul believes that HRT can be too much of a, quote, performance enhancer, she banned it from the show. Another one of her most recent controversies came due to Travis Scott. Amanda was supposed to be present on the album cover and was included until she was removed at the last minute. It was great being a part of David LaChapelle's incredible photograph of Travis Scott's album cover, but I'm curious why I'm not on the picture. It seems that the only alteration to the album cover was her removal. Many people claimed Travis Scott must have been transphobic, although Scott himself denies these allegations. From a very young age, Amanda knew that she was a girl on the inside. Ever since I can first remember, I knew I was a girl. I couldn't understand why my parents were dressing me up in boys' clothing. I thought they were insane. She first started to trade costumes to a trans friend in order to start taking female hormones. After seeing a therapist, the doctor prescribed her hormones of her own. Amanda married a bookstore owner when she was just 17 and was able to get permission to get sex reassignment surgery by the time she was 19 years old. Later on, she left her husband and moved to New York. She established herself as a nightlife person in the 90s, was a member of Club Kids, and later worked to turn into the person she is today. I was always Amanda, even when I went by a different name. This shows that not only is Amanda a great role model, but she is also strong herself when the going gets tough. Josie TOA. There wasn't a lot of diversity in all genres, whether it was race or ethnicity or the LGBTQ community. I definitely stuck out like a sore thumb. I came to the conclusion, I had to at such a young age, if no one was going to be like me, then I just have to own it. If I can't be like everyone else, then I might as well just own who I am. Josie TOA is an actor and a writer. She is most known for her role in Champions, as well as her role on the Disney Channel show known as Jessie. She was a great child artist and always had a passion for the arts, often performing in plays and theater productions, and even played in the film Other People, as well as Back in the Game. Due to her passion and talent, she was listed in Forbes 30 Under 30, as well as The Hollywood Reporter's Top 30 Stars Under 18, and more. However, it was not until 2018 that she came out of the closet as trans. As a result, her first 7 years was spent being cast into male roles. Due to the fact that she is Josie now, I am not going to list a lot of the old films that she was in, out of respect for her and her new identity. But I will state that she did play many roles on multiple TV series and films throughout her early career, and was even nominated for the 2014 Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a TV Series, as well as Variety's Sundance Breakout Star of the Year. Meaning that even if the roles did not suit her preferred gender, she still rocked them. This can be seen in her social media profiles as well. As of this recording, she has 264,000 followers on Instagram, as well as 21,500 followers on Twitter. Her life as an activist is also well known as well. It started off one day when her teachers had a meeting to decide if they wanted her to stay at the school. According to my principal, it was unanimous, and I was asked to leave because I didn't, quote, fit in, explained Totah. On top of her experiences at school, she often appears on TV to discuss representation of LGBTQ+ characters in media. As a result, she was awarded the Visibility Award in 2018 by the Human Rights Campaign, as well as mentioned in the Out magazine's Out 100. She is also an ambassador for GLAAD and GLSEN, and serves on the GLSEN Game Change Council. Totah felt like she was a female her entire life, and as soon as she started speaking, she wanted to wear dresses. However, she did not know what was happening until she saw a documentary named I Am Jazz, which talked about the transgender activist Jazz Jennings. After this, she focused on getting SRS herself. I knew on some level that I was female. It crystallized about 3 years ago when I was a 14-year-old watching the show I Am Jazz with my mother. As I learned more information about hormone replacement therapy, I knew that this was what I had to do. I looked over at her in the middle of the show and said, "This is me. I'm transgender, and I need to go through this." Her mother was supportive and allowed her to see a doctor who put her on hormone blockers. I have come to believe that God made me transgender. I don't feel like I was put in the wrong body. I don't feel like there was a mistake made. I believe that I am transgender to help people understand differences. It allows me to gain perspective, to be more accepting of others, because I know what it feels like to know you're not like everyone else. Growing up, people just assumed that she was a, quote, gay boy, and was even asked by reporters what it was like being a, quote, young gay man. This annoyed her, but she was unsure what to do, as at this point, She had a following and was worried she would not be accepted if she came out so early in her career. I was afraid that I wouldn't be accepted, that I would be embarrassed, that the fans who knew me from the time when I acted in a Disney show would be confused. But all of this changed in August of 2018 when she got the courage to finally come out. This was well received by her fans, and since then is still working as an actor, but now picking up more female roles. When I was on the show Glee, I'd stand back and watch Lea Michele. She was fabulous, and it was fun to see her and the other girls wear dresses and put on lavish musical numbers. But it was also hard because I wanted that to be me. At the moment, she is working to complete her education as well as acting. She is happier now that she is out. It feels like I'm being seen. Representation in media can be a contentious issue among people, but the fact remains that higher amounts of representation is vital, not just for the potentially millions of people that it can help feel as if they are accepted, but also for the actors and subjects themselves. Trans people are historically denied roles in media, even if the films or shows are portraying a transgender character. But with more trans people and gender non-conforming people who are getting into film and photography, this opens the door for other trans people down the road to have an easier time getting roles. These awesome women have worked hard and dealt with a lot to get where they are today, and their accomplishments need to be celebrated. So hopefully, as time goes on, we will see more and more of these strong and powerful women making it in media.